In this video, we hear some real-life examples of the benefits of introducing orthoptic clinical assistants and support workers into the team.
I think the potential for this support workforce is huge.
It's quite a different role, and 4 years ago, I guess it was really unusual.
They had some people who were doing kind of like photography bits and pieces and a bit of dilating, and they put out a flyer as a secondment. And then midway through the secondment, the directorate manager said, actually, it just makes so much sense for this person to come under you because they are doing so much for you.
What changed that made you decide this was a good thing to do?
We have been short-staffed for a very long time. You have to think outside the box. So I was like, well, I know these things exist. There's got to be a way. There's got to be somebody out there who can help do some of the testing bits that we do but don't need to do, because somebody competent can do them on our behalf.
It soon became quite clear when I was observing sessions and had lots of discussions with Claire as to how the clinics were running, that there was this hole here that could be very easily filled with the right person who we found. The only thing we might need is more space so we can do more work because we're so productive now.
Where did the funding come from?
And the secondment was under the nursing budget, so healthcare support worker budget. The other two, that funding came from within the directorate because I kind of said, I think we need more. We can't cross cover, we can't cover annual leave, etc. So that came from within the ophthalmology directorate budget and sits under me.
I guess it's fairly intensive for either yourself or your team or whoever's leading that training.
Where I found it tricky to kind of know where to put the kind of the teaching and the learning programs in place for Sophie was that most orthoptists will come having some basic knowledge of orthoptics and eyeballs, whereas Sophie came in knowing that we've got 2 eyeballs each, and that's about where it ended. We kind of made up our own training kind of program, but kept it quite flexible.
Observation to start off with, then they carry out some of the assessments while being observed, and then they do their competencies that we then sign off.
Was there an issue of kind of orthoptists saying, oh, but you're not doing orthoptic work?
Now that we're doing it and running it, I've had nothing but positive feedback, I have to say. Everybody's like, well, we should have done this earlier. It makes so much sense. This is really, had a positive impact on our department.
I think from the word go, I've always encouraged them to say, you are part of the team, you're one of us. It's just that your skill set is slightly different to a qualified orthoptist, but their knowledge base is, as I say, is huge, and their skills are ever expanding, which again is phenomenal.
What's the impact been then on your register staff?
It's huge amount of time saved for myself and my other colleagues. When I do the paediatric clinic, those would have been patients that I would normally have seen, but we can double clinic numbers, and it works really well.
So the paediatric uveitis screening clinic that we have, these are children that come very regularly, and Sophie's been doing those clinics with us in the room, and then that frees us up to do other patients. Also helping thyroid clinics, doing unioctave fields of fixation, fields of VSVs, HES charts, those kind of things when they're needed. All these lovely things that take an orthoptist a lot of time, but actually an orthoptist doesn't need to do. It's making sure that the senior staff are using their senior capabilities to the best.
This sounds like a good move for your department and something you're keen to maintain.
Oh, definitely. They want to replicate that at another site within the health board.
I do think in terms of a proof of concept for future development of the services, it's going to prove itself. And it's a much better long-term investment. Okay, you might not see the benefits of it immediately, but if you're spending money on agencies, locums and things, we're investing our time, as well in somebody that we want in our team.
If there are any departments that don't have an orthoptic assistant as yet, I would suggest they do.